Hi friends, this is Vicki with Grandma Vicki Crafts. Today I'm going to use some tumbling tower blocks and I'm going to recreate a scarecrow from a YouTube video that I had watched of a lady making hers. So let's get started and I'll show you how she put hers together and how I'm putting mine together. So first of all, for the head, we have got 5 blocks and they are put together 2 at a time like this, and it's going to go down for 5 rows of the 2, which makes a total of 10 on the front, and we need 4 rows of those, and that's going to be his head. Something I made was a little nose out of the tumbling tower block as well, and I'm going to use that. I have a little tool that I used to make a little point on there, and I'm going to glue that on his face for his little nose later. So that's his head. Now for the neck, we have got 2 blocks glued together this way, and that's 3 rows of those. So we've got 2, 2, and 2 glued together like so, and that will make the little scarecrow's neck. Now for his arms, I'm using 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 blocks, and once again they are glued this way, the flat way, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 across, and we need 4 rows of that as well. That will be his arms for his body. So now the body, we have got 5 blocks going across. So that's the same again, all 5 blocks going across like so, standing lengthways. And we need that for 3 rows going down, all glued together, and we have to do that 4 times. So we have a total on his body of 60 blocks. And now for his legs, we have got 2 blocks again, standing lengthways 3 times. And we have got 4 rows of that. So that for a total of his legs, we've got 24 blocks for 1 leg, and we need to do that 2 times. And then for his foot, we just have 2 blocks together, just like that. And we'll need that twice. So there's our pieces for our scarecrow. So now all we have to do is glue the pieces together, his head, his neck to his body, and first of all his arms, and then his neck, and then his head onto his body. Then his legs and his feet will come next. So then I'll be back. So I decided before I glue him all together, I would maybe give him some hair. Now I have a little bit of this. This was a Hula skirt from the Dollar Tree, and I have a little bit of this left over. So I just cut off a piece, and I thought I'm going to hot glue this just around his head with the twine attached, and that might be helpful. And then we'll give him some hair, like so. And I'm going to put some clothes on my little scarecrow as well. So I have a piece of blue checkered material that I think I got this also at the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use that to make him a shirt. So it'll look like that. And then I'll have some raffia sticking out for his hands as well. Then I went ahead and I made him a little pair of blue jeans. And I did sew these, and I do have a pattern, and I'll include that in the video, in the description box. And I'm going to put these on my little man, and I think it'll be easier with him apart than with him all glued together. Then I'm going to do, I have a piece of burlap, and I'm going to make him just a little hat out of the burlap. So that's what we're going to do. And I have been using Weld Bond glue for all of my gluing of the tumbling block tower pieces. I find that that really works well. But I think for the hair, I'm going to use the hot glue. So I'll be back. So here I have his head, and I've glued his hair on. So that's what he looks like. And then I painted his little nose, the wooden piece of his nose. I painted that in a acrylic paint. It's called Pumpkin Orange. I thought that would be cute for his nose. So now I've gone ahead and I covered his arms with the piece of material, and all I did was I just put it around the material and I hot glued it on there. And then I stuffed in some of this hula skirt and put some hot glue on the end of my blocks, stuffed that in and held it for a while. Then I just tied it with a wee piece of twine. So I did that to both ends. And then I went ahead and I glued his shirt, hot glued his shirt on the back. So because my shirt has a pattern on it, I wanted to be sure that I had the same distance of his arm going on this side of his body as I do on this side of his body. So I had to be sure that I had the pattern of his shirt looking proper too. So that took a little bit of figuring out, but I got it and I managed. So now we have that much done. I have to glue him down there yet. I went ahead and I made his little hat. So that's made out of the burlap. And I actually sewed mine on the sewing machine. And so there it is. And then that will fit on his head, and it fits really snug. I didn't make it any too big. But anyway, I can make it fit on his head. So that will be his little hat. Now he needs to have some eyes and he needs to have a little mouth, and I have yet to figure that part out. So I'm going to go and carry on with another step in this process. Okay, so I have glued his shirt on and his arms on, and now I have put his legs on, and they get glued up to the bottom of the body piece, one on either side, and to leave the little space between, and then you can pull on his little jeans. So then I put the bottom pieces on the bottom of his feet, like so. So that's the bottom of his foot. So then, because his pants are still a little bit big, I just took a piece of twine and I just tied that around him. and made a little double knot in front. And I thought that looked pretty cute. So there he is with his pants on. So now for his neck, the little block that we had for his neck, I just took another little piece of material that I had from the Dollar Tree, and I cut out a little bandana, and that will get glued to the top part of his arms, like so. So now for his face again. I took off his nose because I had to figure out what I was going to do for his eyes and his mouth. So what I did was I Googled a picture off of free printables off the internet, and I got myself a piece of carbon paper. I placed the carbon paper on top because I cannot draw, so I placed the carbon paper on top, and I placed my picture on top, and then I just used my pencil and I went around the eyes and the mouth of my picture. So now I have this, and I'm going to try my best to paint that. So I've got some black paint and some white paint, and I've got my orange paint back out here again because I have to touch up his nose because I had to take it off and cut it to make it just a wee bit shorter. So I'm going to carry on now, and I'm going to try my best at painting his face, and then I'll be back. So here's his face, all painted, and I don't think I did too badly. I'm not a great painter, and I'm certainly not an artist. So he has his face painted, and he has the neck part attached with his little kerchief around his neck. So then I wondered about putting a little sunflower on the top of his hat there where I've got it bent over. So now the only thing left to do is to attach the neck to his body, and then I think he's pretty much done. And I will also include the pattern as to how I made his pants. I'll show you how in my tutorial how I did that. So we'll carry on. I'll attach his head to the top of his arms, and I'll put on his little sunflower on his hat. So here he is. I have his head glued on, and now I've put the sunflower on his hat, and on the other side I glued a wee spider that I had, and they both came from the Dollar Tree. I used a total of, I think it was about 207 of the tumbling tower blocks, the ones that you buy from the Dollar Tree. So that was quite a few blocks, but he turns out pretty cute. So if this is something that you like, I hope that you'll share this with your friends. And as of late, I've had a few new subscribers, so I want to thank you for joining my channel. That means a lot to me to help my channel grow. And of course, for all of you that have been watching me, a big thanks for continuing to do so. So I'm going to close this tutorial out, and I'm going to do the blue jean pattern that I said I would include. I'm going to do a separate tutorial on that because this tutorial has been quite long. So I will attach that tutorial to this tutorial when I get it done as well for you to view. So I want to thank you all again for watching, and if you like this, please share with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and always remember to be kind. Thanks for watching. Bye now.